me clearly. America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's no doubt about it that Joe Biden knows he's losing the black community, along with many of the politicians that are there. So Biden orders agencies, he's talking about federal agencies, do more on racism, environmental justice. Oh, now that you know that your numbers are waning in this community, now something needs to be done. The federal agencies in this country has been racist the entire time. So federal agencies have to work to do more ensuring that the government programs are supporting groups that have been locked out of opportunity. White House said Thursday as it rolled out new policies to combat racial inequality and advance environmental justice. President Joe Biden signed an executive order that expands on his administration's earlier efforts to prod agencies throughout the government to tackle systemic racism and persistent poverty. Oh well, I thought Tim Scott said America is not a racist country. Your agencies have been functioning in a very systemic, racially way, and you want to address that now, huh? On his first day in office, January 2021, Biden issued his first executive order on advancing racial equity and support for underserved communities in the federal government. Environmental justice has been a key component of Biden's plan to use the government to advance racial equity. The administration for Justice 40 initiative aims to ensure that 40% of overall benefits of federal investments in climate and clean energy flows to disadvantaged communities that are overburdened by pollution. Biden new order touts transformative achievements already made by his administration towards advancing equity. So, still, he said, members of the underserved community, many of whom have endured generations of discrimination and disinvestment, still confront significant barriers. Realizing the full promise of our nation, and the federal government has a responsibility to remove these barriers. Well, you're admitting that, all these government agencies have displayed racism. We're not surprised. We always knew this. This is not news. But Joe Biden, this is not what we need. You can keep your lane behind government. Give us our reparations, give us the qualified immunity that we've been asking you to get rid of, and give us a crime bill. These things, your agency is going to be who they are at the end of the day. If your agencies worked so well, then these black farmers would not be out here with a lawsuit against you saying that you've done nothing to help them. You didn't keep your word on nothing. So that right there proves your government agencies don't work. Okay, so on Biden's watch, there's a number of positive steps that have happened towards advancing equity in the government. So they're saying you've got to build a capacity to be able to meet the needs and to make sure that the resource allocation is making it to the spaces and places that need them. 2 years in, and there's a structure that's there that needs to continue to grow. Biden's latest order comes during Black History Month. His top domestic policy advisor, Susan Rice, is scheduled to hold a briefing Thursday afternoon about the administration's progress on equity and racial justice. She's really not a good person for that. I'm just saying, she's just not. That is another woman that's not relatable in our community. So you just keep piling them into your administration. So under Biden's direction, more than 90% of the federal agencies, including every cabinet level agency, released equity plans last spring. EPA announced actions such as developing a framework that assess accumulative impacts of its decisions on populations and communities and strengthening its civil rights enforcement. The Interior Department strategy includes a plan to keep better track of demographic data about who's visiting national parks, and the Energy Department said it would aim to increase opportunities for new applicants to access the DOE funding opportunities. See, none of this is reparations, none of it is anything pertaining to getting rid of qualified immunity, and none of it is for a crime bill. You know, here we go with give us anything that we did not ask you for and just throw that at us. This is not going to make any difference to our community. You know, this is going to make minimal change to anything, because you know why the changes are always minimal? Because you don't want the injustices to go away. That's why every time you come forward with something, it's always much to do about nothing at the end of the day, because you like this system. You like how unfair and unbalanced it is. You like that everything is in your favor and nothing is in our favor. You like it this way. And so when you do these, oh, well, we're going to do this little tiny thing over here, and then we're going to do this little bitty thing over here, and then we're going to make some changes for the black. We're going to do this little teeny beeny bitsy bit of nothing over here. And you think you're doing something and you're not doing anything. Why not just keep your system in place? I mean, these little piddly things ain't going to do nothing for us. I guess, if you come forward with something, I guess maybe you feel like you've done something and you can pat yourself on the back. You need to smack yourself in the face. So, anyway, Biden is putting together these teams, and those teams, Biden said, should be led by a designated senior official and include senior representatives from agency offices, including civil rights, regulatory, science, and other. The new team should coordinate with agencies' existing structures, Biden said, including the agency's environmental justice officers. Biden also announced a new White House steering committee on equity, which will be held by Rice. So Susan Rice is going to be leading this group. Oh my goodness. Why don't you just put Candace Owens in charge of the whole thing? Same thing, really. And we'll coordinate government wide equity initiatives. The committee will work with the White House Environmental Justice Interagency Council, Biden said, to ensure that equity and environmental justice efforts are consistent and mutually reinforcing. So, this is what he wants to do for us in the Black community, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if you're satisfied with this. Me, I'm not going to be satisfied with nothing short of our reparations, getting rid of qualified immunity, and, and the things that we want done, a crime bill. Anything less than that, this is just garbage to me. It's it's a fistful of nothing at the end of the day. It's a fistful of nothing. And that's how I'm going to see it. We get tired of this, you know, but let me know what you think about this. To me, they have not done a thing. And after I've gone through this entire article, they still haven't done anything for us. If it was up to me, I would make sure I would block him from getting any vote in our community. They surely don't deserve it at all. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.